City bankrupt. Tonight we're learning more about Central Falls Chapter 9 filing. In addition to throwing out the police and fire department's collective bargaining agreements, the city's state-appointed receiver is proposing a 40% reduction in the police and fire budgets. Robert Flanders says the cut would save $4.2 million. Today we also learned that the city's landmark decision to file for bankruptcy really is going down in history. It has been designated as a historical record by the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Rhode Island. Target 12 investigator Tim White has more on what this means for the city's next-door neighbors in Cumberland with the Blackstone Valley Mobile Newsroom.
A lot has to happen before Central Falls police officers start wearing a Cumberland badge, but Mayor Dan McKee here in Cumberland tells me that consolidating services with neighboring communities, including Central Falls, is a serious consideration. Central Falls filing for bankruptcy is big news just about everywhere, but it's especially big next door in Cumberland. Are you feeling neighborly?
That's a good question. Absolutely, we're feeling neighborly. I think that I've always said that Rhode Island's not an island, Tim, and that what happens in other communities do impact our communities.
Cumberland Mayor Daniel McKee says he's been meeting with the state-appointed receiver for Central Falls
to merge, marry, or consolidate services with one or more of its neighbors.
But to do that, Robert Flanders made it clear he would have to tear up union contracts. In the bankruptcy filing, Flanders writes, the city's efforts to reduce expenses through shared services are significantly restricted by the collective bargaining agreements. McKee says for now, the meetings are focused on the possibility of consolidating some police services with Central Falls, but he acknowledges people in his town are concerned. So what do you tell them?
Well, I would just say that you wouldn't do anything that would negatively impact our fiscal situation, the integrity of our community.
As for the more dramatic approach of Central Falls being swallowed entirely by its neighbors, McKee says that should be a last resort.
Everything humanly possible should be done to keep Central Falls intact as a government body and a municipality.
Pawtucket city officials tell me the last time they met with anyone about combining services was in May. But it's a different story here in Cumberland, where Mayor McKee says they met just last week and plan to again on Wednesday. With the Blackstone Valley Mobile Newsroom, Tim White, Eyewitness News.